Gas Network presents sports for the culture.
I'm here with the family.
Bryce, XXV, Double I,
Rome,
D-Melo,
Gruff Lion,
T-Buggy, man.
to the greatest sports show on the planet, La Familia. Hope y'all ready for a ride.
Can't wait to hear what you guys got to say.
Hey, I know y'all not used to this. It's a Friday night edition of Gas Presents Sports for the Culture. I'm your host tonight at Bryce XXV Double I with my main man. Introduce yourself, sir.
It's your boy D-Melo, and yeah, it's kind of weird on a Friday night.
Live on a Friday, man. So I gotta give the backstory to the Friday night episode. All right, so as you all know, we always record on Tuesday nights faithfully for years and years and years. But this past Tuesday, my guy here, my good man to the right, he suggested us starting the show at 10:45 on Tuesday. And I'm like, cool, perfect. There no problem at all. This is great. I can watch Summer League, and as soon as the game's over, I'll hop on. Unfortunately, it didn't end that way for me, bro. Watched Summer League. It was a snooze fest, and I sure enough got to snoozing. And yeah, man. So my bad about that. We tried to connect a bit later in the week, but we just couldn't coordinate it. Everybody's schedules was getting crazy, man. But we here tonight, man, on a Friday night. Thank God it's Friday.
Amen to that. Amen to that.
Let's get it, dog. Let's get it, dog. So let's talk about the first big story that we got to address, man. My young boy, Bronny James, man. He been getting a lot of hate, bro. He been getting a lot of hate from all directions.
Well deserved. Some people don't like nepotism, but hey.
Yeah, we gonna get into that too. But hey, man, these last couple games, he been showing himself, bro. Hey, did you catch the game, or did you see at least catch some of the highlights? What you thinking?
I've been catching the highlights, and they're looking a lot more impressive than the beginning, where it was just like brick after brick. You thought he was building a city.
Nah, facts. And the most impressive part about this is like, as the pressure builds, he's played even better. Like, you know what I'm saying? The pressure got to its highest peak. They talking about him the most, and that's when he plays better. And that bodes well to me for his future. That's what like tells me, wait, hold up, maybe we got something here. There was a couple like seriously athletic basketball moves he made, a couple tough in-air adjustments he made for some tough layups. Showed off the three ball. Bronny gonna be all right, man. Bronny gonna be all right. And I'm not saying Bronny gonna be a starter, but Bronny gonna be he'll have a 5 to 10 year NBA career with or without LeBron in the league. I think so.
True. More like Derek Fisher kind of vibes.
Damn. Well, do I want to give him fish? Nah, I ain't. You know what? That actually might be a real good comp, bro. Low key, he might be a Derek Fisher. Real shit, dog. That might be the.
Think about it. Derek Fisher wasn't a high proficient scorer, but he knew how to pass the ball to the main guys. He knew how to play ball. Was decent at defense. I don't see why not.
Nah, Derek Fisher was a dog, bro. All them championships too, man. He got the job done for years, man. Like, I used to hate Derek Fisher when I was a kid, though, because like I was a Kobe fan, but at first I used to hate the Lakers, the Kobe and Shaq Lakers, because then I used to be a big Spurs guy, and I always wanted the Spurs to beat them. So I used to hate them Kobe and Shaq Lakers, man. So Derek Fisher, I couldn't stand that dude, bro. But he always hit timely shots. I would say if Bronny James would have a career like Derek Fisher, that would be a success.
Right? I mean, no one's here ever said he's going to be anything like LeBron James. But if you are the offspring of the greatest basketball player of all time, I said the greatest. I ain't T. He's going to be like MJ. But hey, that's for the old guys to debate. Talking about now, the present. And no one's saying he's going to be like his pappy. What we're saying is, if you're coming from that genetic gene pool, 9 out of 10 times, we figure you'll be an NBA player, at least a decent coming out the bench kind of guy, role player nonetheless.
Yeah, that's exactly what I think it will be. So shout out to Bronny for proving some of the doubters wrong, man. Gotta respect it. Gotta respect it, dog.
Think about it. How many guys are going into the first year and a fucking superstars the first year. Not that many.
Nah.
A lot of the top 10 picks in every draft don't show themselves until like year number 3. Some guys don't excel until year number 5. Still a young kid coming from a heart issue. So let's see.
Yeah, I'm with you on that, bro. I'm with you on that. I'm gonna let it play out. And I'm not mad at the nepotism, bro. In fact, I'm all for nepotism because like that's how a lot of people get where they at, man. Like, and without nepotism, a lot of great people that we know now don't exist. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe they don't make it to the level they made it to. So I am not mad at the nepotism one bit, but I do see a lot of people that are upset with that. What do you think about the nepotism aspect?
See, I hate when people bitch about it because it's just like you need it to make things better. Because only that individual that you're giving this nepotism to knows how shit operates. And sometimes you can't have an outsider come in, try to do something, because then they're gonna feel like, well, you know, I'm gonna do something different, and then fuck up your whole thing you got going on. Sometimes you just gotta employ or put people in a position, the people that you know. You know how they say it's not what you know, it's who you know.
Right.
And that's a part of nepotism is who you know. And hey, man, why not? Let him get it. Let him get it off. I mean, like what you said, countless of people don't get great position because of nepotism. How many people don't become police officers or get into like certain grad schools because of nepotism, or jump into like a great managerial position because of nepotism? You know what I mean? So now we're gonna bitch because one of the greatest basketball player does it for his son. Come on now, and that's how you know. Like if Jordan couldn't do it, that's what I'm saying. The greatest basketball time could do it.
Man, come on, bro. That has nothing to be the greatest.
He is the greatest basketball player.
All right, he won a championship with his son. Then it's like, all right, that's greatness. But your son making it, like, bro, that's out of your control. I mean, that's just about timing. That's about how soon you had a kid, and if your kid was really, I mean, he's good enough to make it. Well, was he? And that's the thing, yo, because we talking about the greatness aspect. Technically, he wasn't really good enough to make. I mean, I don't know if you could technically say he was good enough to make it. He made it, so I guess he was good enough to make it. But like, he made it because, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't know. Like you can't give that to the greatness argument, bro. The fact
yes,
that
you can. Because Michael Jordan couldn't get it. Michael Jordan's son was a lot worse. Or
but that's because Michael Jordan was locked in the gym. He had no time to make his son any better.
And whose fault is that?
But that has nothing to do with your greatness as a basketball player.
It does, because if you're able to be that great of a player, like your King and Jay could be, and your son not get into the NBA, but look at King James.
So what are you trying to tell me? Every king has to have a prince?
Every king has to have a prince. Damn skip.
Gotta have an heir to the throne?
Yes, sir. Or if not, he's gonna be dating your co-partner's wife that's fucking like 40 age, his senior. Fuck out of here. Bum moves. Fuck out of here.
All right, man. I see what you're saying, though. I see what you're saying. Every king does have to have an heir to the throne, so that is an interesting aspect to that. I have trouble attributing that to LeBron's greatness, though, man. Like as a basketball player, if we want to say his greatness as a public figure, fine. But basketball player greatness, I can't give him no props because his son made the league. I can't.
No, doesn't it show you that he took enough time to build the son and build championships?
That's true. That's true.
Most people, when they talk about their greatness, they be like, well, you know, they put their family to the side. My man said, nah, I'm going to do both at the same time. And God willingly, if this works out, it's going to work out.
Well, maybe if you put him to the side, he'd have 6 chips instead of 4.
Yeah, but he would be miserable. Looking at his kids probably won't even like him, doing some stupid shit like whatever Michael Jordan's son did. All that fugazi you did. Like, do you really want your name to be known for that?
Nah. Michael Jordan's big old. He did wild out just a little bit.
You get what I'm saying? Like they did all that shit just to not go through the marriage. I'm like, wow. I mean, it goes to show, man, lack of standards, lack of morals, just for you to be selfish enough to be called one of the greatest, just for you to get that off. And look at your kids, ain't shit. They're living off your
Hey, go
legacy.
ahead. Chill.
Fuck out of here.
All right, man. Moving on. But nah, the Bronny James conversation is interesting. We definitely gonna continue to track that story and see. We're gonna track his career pretty closely, I'm sure. So I'm excited to see how it unfolds. Next topic I wanted to touch on, man. We're gonna be quick tonight since it's a Friday night, but I did want to touch on this interesting debate I heard coming out of FS1, and ESPN touched on it a bit too. So I figured we can talk about it. Is Josh Allen the most overrated quarterback in the NFL? And the more I was looking at it, the more I was thinking about it. I'm like, is Josh Allen who they say Lamar Jackson is? You know what I'm saying? Like, is that really Josh Allen? You know what I'm saying? The guy that can't get it done. What do you think about Josh Allen, G? You seem to have a pretty good hold on the NFL and like quarterbacks, especially over the last few seasons. What do you think about Josh Allen? Do you think he's an overrated quarterback, or were they tripping even saying that about him?
Overrated in what sense? Give me more details, because
Like
overrated.
overrated meaning like people act like he's better than he is.
No, because he's still a stud. Pause. He's still one of those. No one's gonna beat Patrick Mahomes. He's still top four. And when I mean top four, I'm not including number one. Top four for me is from second, third, fourth, and fifth.
Who's in there?
So second, third, fourth, and fifth.
I know you got Mahomes one.
Mahomes one. That's what I'm not including Mahomes.
Of course.
So then you got to give it to Lamar Jackson because he is a two-time MVP. Then you give it to Josh Allen. Then third, you got to give it to two guys. Then third and fourth, you got to give it to two guys who've been two Super Bowls but haven't been able to win just yet. And I will go with.
It's where it gets tough.
This is where I go with Brock Purdy, and then I'll either go with Joe Burrow or Jalen Hurts.
Purdy right there over your boy Stroud.
But CJ Stroud has never went to a Super Bowl.
It's true.
Or made into AFC championship game. These guys that I'm naming either won MVP or been to or either big at the big dance or game before the big dance.
That's a good point.
And that's why I say I can't exclude Josh Allen because he's been there. It's just when you just meet Patrick Mahomes, who the fuck is beating him?
Yeah, but then they didn't lose to Mahomes last year, did they? Wasn't it Baltimore?
Yes. No, they lost to Mahomes.
All those losses weren't to Mahomes, so.
Yeah, they were.
Two of them were.
But nonetheless, it's still Mahomes. Like, you got to go through Mahomes. That's what I'm saying. He's not overrated for me. My personal overrated player in the league right now is Justin Herbert. Philip Rivers Jr. I know
people love Herbert in the league.
But I know Roman's punching the air right now for me saying this shit. He probably might want to shoot the fade with me when he sees me for disrespecting his favorite blonde white boy. But in my opinion is, like, let's be serious. This dude had a lead against Trevor Lawrence. And you mean to tell me you as a starting QB, you can't tell your head coach, hey, we're going to run these plays to win? Because they were up like 27 points at the half.
Yeah.
It was like 23. It was some ridiculous number. But nonetheless, you telling me this guy is supposed to be the dethroner of Patrick Mahomes all of a sudden? Come on now, man.
Not happening.
But that's what I'm saying. So to say Josh Allen's overrated, no, he's not overrated. Who's getting over the hump? Name a quarterback that you really think could get over Patrick Mahomes. He did it without a receiving core, and he's doing it with a small running back.
Yeah, it's tough right now.
Like, name a defense that could beat that.
It's tough to say right now, man. We'll see. We'll see what they do this year. But Josh Allen, you say is not overrated though, which is interesting. I think Josh Allen may be a little overrated. They constantly rank Josh Allen right there with Mahomes, like constantly. He's the one they talk about right after Mahomes every time. And
Yeah,
I'm
but
not sure he's that close.
everybody, they won't say it, but I'll say it. Everybody needs a white hope, and that's their white hope. All American white hope. That's him. Stocky kid from the country or from the Midwest. That's tall, and that's all he wants to do is work. And who wouldn't want to put him around Patrick Mahomes? You know,
Yeah, that's true.
everybody needs a bad guy, and he's, I guess, the bad guy.
That's a good way to look at it. That's a good way to look at it.
You know what I mean? Because
Every real superhero has to have a villain, right?
you get what I'm saying? Or unless Patrick Mahomes is the villain, and these superheroes just suck.
That might be it.
Right. You get what I'm saying? Maybe Patrick Mahomes is the dark version of Superman, and anything up behind him is just a bunch of petty supervillains that just can't beat him.
Do you think Caleb's got a shot of dethroning Patrick Mahomes one day?
Did he sign that contract yet?
Not yet. I don't know.
That man is worried about everything else but football. I already told you guys he's gonna be a bust. I said it way before the draft, way before the Super Bowl, that the kid is not that impressive. I'm not impressed.
That's crazy.
Bro, he never went to a college playoff game. He hasn't won a bowl
Only
game.
4 teams go, G. 4
Bro,
teams.
but he hasn't won a bowl game.
He won 8 bowl games? He only played in a couple of them, right?
I don't even think he played, maybe, but he never won none. So it goes to show, man, that like I said, man, that's another overrated player that hasn't done nothing yet, in my personal opinion. But Josh Allen overrated? Nah. He just can't get over the hump.
I think Caleb will prove to you pretty quickly that he's not overrated.
So
I think you're gonna like Caleb Williams, actually.
So how many wins do you think the Bears are gonna get this season?
See, that's the thing, man. I think they might, if they only have like 2 wins by the deadline, they might blow that shit up. Like I say, F it, we're not going anywhere.
But you talking about 2 wins with that stacked roster?
Yeah.
Bro, if they're gonna get 2 wins this season, bro, then you know Caleb Williams is a bust.
I'm saying they have it by the deadline, you know. But it depends. If everything clicks, and then you got to take the defense into consideration too. We talking about the Bears, right? But if everything clicks, the reason I say that is because the Bears are on a finite timeline, in my opinion, right? Like the coaching staff didn't bring in Caleb Williams. You know what I'm saying? So the coaching staff was already there. They're inheriting Caleb Williams. So they're coaching for their jobs, but Caleb Williams is not playing for his job. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's a bit of an interesting situation right there. So I feel like if they only have 2 wins by, say, like week 6 or week 7, we might see the coaching staff get fired, and then we might see a fire sale of the players so they can get draft picks back. You know what I'm saying?
But it makes no sense because what draft picks did they lose?
They didn't lose too many because remember they had made a big trade to get the draft picks to take Caleb Williams.
No, they didn't. Remember, they were the worst team last year. That's why they got Caleb Williams. Remember they traded.
No, they weren't the worst team last year.
Yes, they were. Because it weren't you guys.
Nah, it was another team, bro. The Bears had traded up. The Bears had traded.
No. They traded the Panthers.
The Panthers. There you go.
There you go.
Yeah, the Panthers. Yeah, they had traded. They had traded to have that. But that's my point, though. Remember
the Panthers gave him that pick.
Yeah, the Panthers. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's my point about the Bears is like you got conflicting like interests right here. Caleb Williams trying to grow as a young quarterback, but that coaching staff is trying to keep his job. So it's like the shit might not work because it just doesn't mesh with the timeline. The timelines don't mesh together. We'll see. But I think if in the perfect world, if everything does mesh, and the offense is clicking because you're talking about Keenan Allen on one side, DJ Moore on another side, Roma Dunze. Like that's a squad, bro, for any quarterback to throw to. So I would have to say with that alone, with what I think about Caleb Williams, I think that's easily with any defense, they're gonna give you 8 wins. If they give them a defense, maybe they get 10, 11 wins, bro.
So how many wins do you think the Bears could get in there?
If I had to put a number on it, I would give them. I would say around 8, though.
I'm gonna take the under on that.
I would probably lean under too. I mean, if I'm an odds maker, I'm putting them at 8, but I would probably lean under. But I can see 8 though if shit gets to clicking over there, boy.
I can't see them beat the Lions. I can't, and they're gonna play them twice. I can't see them beat the Lions twice.
They can beat the Lions. One can split with the Lions.
How about Green Bay?
Well, that's the thing, bro. Is Jordan Love better than Caleb Williams? And we're gonna find out. I think Jordan Love's a solid quarterback. He showed well last season, but you saw what happened when the playoffs came, right? I mean, he threw it away. You know what I'm saying?
Didn't. Remember, they beat Dallas. Remember?
Yeah. What happened next game?
They ran up against the 49ers, bro. And
remember, he just threw the ball away at the end and just threw the pick to him. Like fuck it. Like threw the ball right. He had a chance to drive on the last drive.
Oh yeah, but he did do a pick.
And he threw it right to him. But, right to I think it was Greenlaw.
That's a learning curve.
It is, but I'm just saying, bro. Like, how good is he? We'll find out. Was that a flash in the pan, or is he really one of the elites? We're about to find out this season. But I'm not putting it past Caleb Williams to beat Green Bay game. I think Caleb Williams is legit, bro. You're the only one I know that thinks he's a bust.
I think he's a bust, bro. I just don't.
I think you're basing that on everything except the tape.
No, I'm putting in everything because of the tapes. Like he's a stat stuffer. He doesn't give me excitement about this guy could win games. He just does stuff he's Russell Westbrook.
Oh my gosh. How you gonna disrespect Russell Westbrook in the process?
I'm gonna disrespect everybody. And shout out to Russ, man. Russ needs to learn how to play more defense.
He just signed a contract with the Nuggets.
Yeah, exactly. Just imagine that team now. They're gonna have someone coming up the third.
They need to give him a boxing. They need to play boxing one with that team.
Him and Gordon, and then you got the Jokic. Damn, imagine just Jokic just passing him the ball so he could go up the middle.
Think about it. You now Murray doesn't have to worry about taking the ball up and down the court.
No, not
you don't have to worry about defending the best player on the team. You can just put Russ on him, let everybody else sit back.
But that's what I'm saying. Russ needs to play better defense.
Russ can play defense though, bro. It's just Russ can't play defense when he has to do everything else on the offensive.
But you're not asking Russ to play offense no more. You're asking Russ just to play defense.
Yeah. I think that's a great pickup for the Nuggets, though, bro.
It is, but he has to learn how to play defense, better defense, and become a better passer. That's the only way this trade works.
Russ is the best passer of all time, bro. What the hell are you talking about? A better passer. It's Russell Westbrook.
You got to learn how to pass the ball when the shot clock still has 15 seconds.
Bro, he about to be their legs, bro. He about to be running up and down the court. Because that's their problem. Sometimes they get a little too slow against teams that are fast paced. He's gonna be able to run up. He's gonna be able to be their fast paced machine.
Yeah, you're right about that because that's the main reason why Minnesota beat them, because those guards were a lot more sturdy. Those guys were a lot more faster, younger. They moved a lot better.
Yeah.
They took care of the perimeter a lot too, a lot faster. They were on Murray just because Murray couldn't move fast enough.
What's going to be interesting, bro, because it's like the Nuggets are deciding to try to get better by getting older, bringing in Russell Westbrook, which I get, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, a team that signed so many players of their own, and by this point only has so much money to make moves with, so you got to take the smaller moves. But still, they got older with Russell Westbrook, right? But you got a team like the Timberwolves that are constantly getting younger, they just added Rob Dillingham from Kentucky, right? So they're trying to get better and better. It's going to be interesting to watch in the West over the next like 2 to 3 years, like which teams emerge, which teams end up being staples / dynasties, and which teams end up just proving to be flashes in the pan. Like I'm trying to think like which team would I think would be like more of a flash in the pan and where like they're not going to be good for long. Do you think the Timberwolves are about to have sustained success?
It depends what they're gonna do with Cat.
So you think if they keep Cat, they're better off, or they got to get rid of him?
See, I'm used to your center not being a shooter, being better at controlling the perimeter. But then that's the reason why you got Rudy Gobert. It's trying to see if you could get a younger Rudy Gobert in there to help out Cat. And I know Nas, he's all right, but he's not a great defender. He's a decent defender.
Yeah, Nas is balling for him, but
yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, it's all about if Cat wants to learn how to play defense.
So who was it? So you got? I mean, they made a nice little run. There's another young team that was making a nice little run too. Oh, the Thunder.
Oh, the Thunder.
No, I'm talking on the West Coast, on the West, like the Thunder. You think the Thunder are gonna have the same success for the next few years, or you think they're like not gonna be there next year, or like they're number one seed?
They got Caruso, right? So you're basically saying you're trying to be a better defensive team. Because who else they picked up with Caruso? I know they picked up another player. I just can't remember who's the other player they picked up.
They picked up Hartenstein from the Knicks.
There you go. So they're trying to control the perimeter a lot more. Because Hartenstein, he was a man. One of the big reasons why they beat the 76ers.
Yeah.
His rebound, he was just fighting back for those offensive rebounds. So, oof.
He was controlling the boards for sure. It was impressive. So you think if you had to pick one, Thunder or Nuggets, to have a better record over the next 3 seasons, who are you picking?
Ooh. You said Thunders or Nuggets only?
Yeah.
Oh, then I'm talking about a young and coming, and I'm talking about 2-time MVP. Oof. He still has Al Gordon. Give me the Nuggets.
So you got Nuggets. Okay, so how about the Nuggets versus the Wolves?
Give me the Wolves.
So you think the Wolves are going to basically be the best team in the West for the next 3 years?
Yes.
Okay. That's interesting.
What the fuck? I can't even say his name. I can't remember. Oh, what the fuck his name is? I should be the number one option for the U.S. team.
Anthony Edwards.
There you go, Edwards. Anthony Edwards, man. There's something about that kid that next year he's gonna be your top 2 options at MVP vote.
Agreed. I think he's going to become the best player, or one of the best players in the league. But I really see this Thunder. I think they've really built something, man, that's going to be sustained for the next few years. They got a lot of players that are good players on that team, man, and they're all young.
You know who that Thunder team reminds me of? Of the Kings when it was Kobe and Shaq. Like, they have it there. It's all about, can they get past that? They're Patrick Mahomes. Whoever's their Patrick Mahomes, or their Shaq and Kobe, basically. Whoever's the top dog, if they could get past them. But right now, they look like the Kings. A stacked team, a good roster with mad potential, with a superstar. Not just one, but 2. The GM knows what he's doing. And it's all about, can those guys get past that second threshold where it's like, all right, man, we're here. So, they look like the Kings. They look like the Kings of the early 2000s.
That's going to be an interesting one for us to track, though. I really think we need to keep an eye on the West for the next few seasons. after this conversation, seeing which of those teams becomes the cream of the crop, so to speak.
Exactly.
All right, man. Hey, man. Well, it's a nice little Friday night, quick little episode, man. We had to give y'all something this week. If y'all missed the story of why we recorded on Friday tonight, you got to rewind to beginning. We discussed that. It's pretty funny. Check it out. We're back here again next Tuesday night. We're back to the regularly scheduled programming. Again, apologies to the all the gasaholics out there, man.
Hey, man. And to you gasaholics, man, you guys got to check out some baseball, man. The season is about to start getting better. It's August is around the corner. This is where teams are going to make it or break it. Hopefully the Yankees get their shit together. Paul Schemes, if you guys are not up on Paul Schemes, oh my God.
Paul Schemes is a dog.
Vicious.
Paul Schemes is a dog.
Vicious. I mean,
my Nationals were one pick away from being able to take him.
Oh, because he was the first. He was the second pick, right? Or he was the first?
First pick.
He was the first pick? Damn.
We got Dylan Cruz with the second pick.
I mean, you guys ain't that far off from trying to from a playoff berth.
We got James Wood now, baby. This is James Wood era.
Thank you for Soto, man. Definitely thank you for Soto.
Whatever, man. You got Soto. We got James Wood because of Soto. So I'll take it.
Hey, man. Like I said, folks, catch some baseball right now. To me, it's nothing like baseball during the summer. The atmosphere is great. The tailgating is even better, and it's not as boring no more. There's a pitch count, so you ain't looking at a pitcher practicing warm ups here. No, like it's a 30-second count per pitch. You be all right.
Not
Game's a lot faster and a lot better, in my opinion.
Facts. First day back today since the All-Star break, man. And if you don't play fantasy baseball, it's the best fantasy sport by far. I recommend it to everybody that likes sports. Even if you don't love baseball, but you just like sports, like following different sports, try fantasy baseball. Best one by far, not even close. You'll see what I mean.
Yeah, because there's like 160-something games.
Yeah, yep, exactly. It's all those games, and we got to remember, fantasy sports was made based around baseball. So baseball was the first fantasy sport, you know what I'm saying? And because baseball is all numbers, it works perfectly for a fantasy sport. Unlike, for example, like football, right? There's still a certain level, even in football, there's a certain level of subjectivity in some of the stats, right? Like, for example, if a player gets a first down, it sometimes depends on what the ref spot was, right? And that can continue a drive, right? And to a certain degree, same with balls and strikes, but at the same time, it's like the numbers in baseball, for example, average. We're going average versus average, where it's like in fantasy football, your player has to compile all these points. Each player is compiling points based off their stats, but in fantasy baseball, it's like each player on your team is contributing to a stat category. So at the end of the week, whatever your team batting average was, you're going against the other team that you're playing's batting average. Versus like, Antonio Brown put up 35 points because he had 100 yards and 2 touchdowns. You feel me?
Yeah, fucking 10 catches.
Like you gotta build your team with a little bit of strategy behind it.
Basically, creating a good roster. And on top of that, man, baseball games are a lot cheaper to go to, people. And depending on the area you live, like if you live where the Nationals fans live, those stadium tickets, you get yourself a decent $35 ticket, and you fuck around. Let's say the stadium's damn near empty. You can sit behind home plate for $35. Done correctly.
You ain't sitting behind home plate at the Nationals for no damn $35, unless you want to be on the friggin' 50th row behind home plate. All right, it ain't that cheap.
Hey, listen, this is the Nationals, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think they're all that.
You crazy. All right, man. Hey, good stuff tonight, brother. You know how we end each and every show, my boy.
Deportes para la cultura. And go USA. USA.